Oh yes, it's Nick Shell. So look, this is day number 2 of caffeine from coffee. Now, I did have kombucha yesterday. You know what that is? It's popular among us vegans, but it's a probiotic drink, and some of them have caffeine in them. The one I drank yesterday had as much caffeine, I believe, as the coffee I've been drinking, the instant coffee. But you saw my first video on, you know, how I'd been 3 years without coffee. So this is my second day, just a couple of days later. Second day on caffeine from coffee. I will say that the caffeine kick you get from coffee is definitely different than the caffeine I had in the drink, the kombucha. I would have to say, not that I would know because I've never smoked pot or done cocaine. I've never done drugs, but I would have to say that based on what I've seen in movies, that the high you get from caffeine makes me think of cocaine. Again, all I can judge this on is things like Scarface, but it's more of a, it just kind of takes control of you, more of a jerk, kind of cocaine, right? Whereas the caffeine that I had in the kombucha was more of a, it felt more natural. It didn't drag me along. I still kind of felt in control of it. But the caffeine from the coffee is basically, it's like, hey, with or without you, I'm going this way, what are you gonna do? And that's still how I feel, not as much of a shock as it was a few days ago when it had been 3 years. But I am gonna stick to my 60 milligrams or less of caffeine from coffee. I think that it's important that I stick to that number, lest I ever be tempted by Starbucks, how they have like 4 times as much caffeine as that I'm having now in just 1 cup of coffee. But you know, I feel good about this coffee thing. I think if I'm gonna do drugs again, which I am by doing caffeine, because remember, it's the most popular, addictive, unregulated drug in the world. It's a drug. There's no, just because our government doesn't restrict it or make it illegal in a way, doesn't mean it's less of a drug. It's still absolutely a drug. And there's definitely, I believe, hypocrisy between different drugs in America. And so I'm like, well, okay, if caffeine is going to be legal and unregulated, why don't I participate just a little bit, but be aware of the milligrams instead of being blind to it. Because like Red Bull, I looked it up. Man, that's a loud truck. I'm just gonna go this way. So, no, we stopped. So Red Bull is about the equivalent, I looked it up, is about 3 times as much as the coffee I've got now. So it's like, I'm not falling for that. 60 milligrams is it. So that's what I know here in my first week back of doing coffee. But I feel good. I mean, maybe a little bit unnatural, but I feel good. And I feel better throughout the day. I haven't experienced any crashes. And I think it's because I am sticking with the 60 milligrams per day, not per serving, but per day. So I think that's gonna keep my drug habit under control. Again, caffeine is a drug. I'm fully aware of that. It's so commonly accepted, but it is a drug. But this is me managing my drug intake, not abuse. I'm not abusing this drug, but I am just using the drug. Nick Shell talking about coffee, talking about caffeine from coffee, 60 milligrams a day.